Okay, we're good.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is so cool. I can see how many participants are joining, and there's about 60 of you already, and more are going to be joining soon. So thank you so much for joining us on this Friday evening for most people. It's about 4 p.m. here in Dallas, and so excited to see you all. I really requested Julie. Julie Kellogg was launched on our telesummit this Monday. We spoke to her. I did her interview. You guys heard her. Most of you heard her, but if you haven't, you are really in for a treat because she's just one of those people who's, first of all, energy is great, wonderful to talk to, wonderful to work with, and her results are they were crazy good when we were reading those testimonials, and there are quite a few of those. And but the most exciting thing was when she worked on me. It was Wednesday, and her call was on Monday. So let me get the dates right for you, because this is very, very important so that you know exactly what happened. So the Wednesday was March 7th. And so that's when Julie actually worked on me. And I had requested some healing because I was going to see my doctor. And oh, no. She actually worked on me on Monday. So it was on 12th that you worked on me. And I had gone to see the doctor that day. I've been dealing with really low hemoglobin, and it had come back as 6 the last time I went to see my doctor, and which was it was probably the end of December or so. And my doctor had told me that if it goes even half a point lower, they may have to transfuse, which I was trying to avoid because I just really didn't want to go that route. And then I had, of course, this month, my period was from hell. I almost could not get up. It was really bad. And I thought, I'm just going to be dead meat. This is not going to be good. And that day, I worked with Julie, and she said, you know what? No, we're going to get your blood back up. And I said, well, I wish it had happened before I went. I just gave my blood this morning. They already took a sample. And she said, well, then it's energy, honey. We'll work on that too. And I got my blood result back. I think Gretchen has posted that. You can see it. These are my actual test results. And you can see it went up to 10.5, which is crazy. My doctor was shocked, and she thought it was because I had been taking the iron pills she had given me, which I didn't take because I just didn't want to put that in my body. So it's shocking that it just went from 6.5, I think it was, to 10.5, which is just shocking. Even the doctor had told me that there is nothing on the market right now there's one pill, an iron medicine, which is prescription medicine, that is one of the best ones because it makes your blood 2 points it'll raise your blood by 2 points every month. And this was even better. So I was very excited. I wanted to share those results with you guys because I've seen similar success stories with Julie's other clients, and I just wanted everybody to know about what happened with me because this just happened, and it's super, super exciting. And I really wanted everybody to connect with that and know that these are the kind of results that are possible with someone like Julie. Now, I do want to say here that if you are under the care of a doctor or any kind of medical practitioner, please continue to do that because as you saw, I just shared this with you that I did go to see my gynecologist and I did go to get my blood work done and all of that. So please, please, please be careful and take 100% responsibility for your own well-being and health. And remember, this is for information purposes only. All right, so I want to invite Julie to say hi. We will not have Julie on camera, but she is here. Hi, Julie.
Hello.
Hi. And it's awesome to have you. What an exciting test result, man. Thank you so much for making that happen for me.
I was excited too, and it was your willingness to make that happen that also made it happen.
So is it still going to continue to improve? Because I'm still below normal, and I want to get to normal
Yes.
Do I need more work, or is it just going to continue to improve it?
It's just going to continue.
Awesome.
Because we set that intention for it to be normal. So it's working its way there.
Beautiful. Well, I'll get tested again in a month and I'll keep everybody posted. This is so much fun. This is a prime example of what is possible when you are working with energy directly. So I want to just start with a brief background about you in your own words. Tell us about how you do what you do and why is it so powerful? Why are these results so good?
Well, what I do for other people is what I learned to do when I was healing myself.
Yeah.
And so I use those techniques that were just divinely inspired and put it all into practice that way. And the reason that I get good results is it really comes down to the person who I'm doing the work on. When they're at a point of wanting a change,
yeah,
they're ready to make that change. That's what really makes it. If you're resistant to it, then it's difficult. You could have 1,000 healers working on you, and if you're not ready to make the change, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So share with us some of the success stories that, I mean, I know some of them are just mind-boggling, but I would love for our listeners, our viewers actually, to hear about some of those.
Well, probably one of my favorite ones, and this is because my dad was in World War II. So I worked with a soldier who had PTSD, and it was pretty severe. And he'd been back, I think he'd been back in the States for 4 years, but he was in Iraq, and he had your
blood 2 points every year. Sorry. I'm just trying to turn on the Facebook comments too. Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. He had been back in the States for 4 or 5 years, and his home life, it was just different because of PTSD. He had nightmares. He was paranoid. He and his wife argued a lot. His kids were even afraid to startle him. And he said that when he contacted me, he said, I'm doing this because my wife is making me. Basically, she was pushing him to go do something different because they'd gone through counseling and everything. And he was on medication. So we worked with him, and just after the first session with him, it was, the changes were unbelievable. He released a lot of anger. I believe that we had 4 sessions over a month's time because his trauma was so deep from everything that he experienced, that we worked on anger and guilt. His life so transformed that he hadn't even been able to work since he came back. So we're talking about 4 to 5 years. And within 3 months, he had a job. He was working full time again. He and his wife were getting along great. He had a relationship with these kids again. And that's big. That right there is big. But he had no more symptoms of PTSD whatsoever. So I think it was after the second session with me, he said that he had no more nightmares. And his nightmares were so bad that if someone tried to wake him from one of his nightmares, they would be physically injured from it because he was violent during any of those episodes. So that was, and to be able to help him, that was great.
Wow. Awesome. Did you want to share more? We have a lot of requests coming in on Facebook and on our Zoom call.
Yeah, I actually had a couple examples of, because I really push that this all goes back to your willingness. I really put it all back on the other person. I can shift energy, release energy, but if you don't do your own part, then that's not going to stay with you. And I worked with this woman, Kelly, who was so depressed that she didn't even have a desire to live anymore. She was married, had kids, but she spent most of her time in bed. So she wasn't even really having a relationship with them. And a lot of times when I work with people, they don't even know the root of it, the root of their whole thing. And she had no idea. And she was surprised to find out that hers had to do with guilt. But she thought, well, this is just the way my life was supposed to be. Like depression was predetermined for her. And it wasn't. We released all of that in one session, one 50-minute session.
Amazing.
She got off medication. She, in a short time, she hadn't worked in 6 years. And in just a short time, she took on a part-time job. And the big thing I think the big thing is her relationship with her family was changed. So once again, she was participating with her husband and kids. And that's the stories that I really like. I love to hear physical changes, but when relationships change and parents become closer to children and spouses become, they work things out, that's huge for me.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. And here's another example. Sheila, somebody I worked with about a year ago. I really like her story because she couldn't really put a finger on what was going on, but she was stuck in a job she didn't really like, and she didn't know how to get out of it. And again, she had relationship issues all over the place. So she wasn't married, and I don't even think she was dating anyone at the time, but she had a lot of issues with her parents and siblings, and was just overall unhappy. And I remember her telling me she couldn't remember a time in her adult life that she'd been happy. And she thought that it really all had to do with this job that she was in, because she'd taken this job when she was so young. And she'd started a side business that she really loved, and she really wanted to focus on that. But she was afraid of leaving the office job because, the money, she wasn't making the money with the other.
Yeah.
So she thought that her issue all had to do with fear and money, when it was actually anger over not feeling good enough, not living up to everyone else's expectations, caring about what other people thought she did with her life. So quitting that office job for other people wouldn't make sense. But that was what she needed to do. So she was surprised. And here's the thing too, is when I said, well, this has to do with anger. And I remember her very, very calmly, but very clearly saying, I never really feel angry. And she has such a soft voice. I could, but it was so deep. And, she's like, I never even thought about it.
Yeah. Wow.
So we released all that. And her side business in 2 weeks wasn't her side business. She put in her resignation at her job. And then she went through my gratitude program. And just as the gratitude program was in it, now her side business went from, like, maybe she made $200 or $300 a month on this side business to it being almost $10,000. And then she went through my gratitude program, and she told me at first that it doubled, but then I got another message saying, no, it was more like she made $30,000, $40,000 in just a span of a month. And she was able to hire 3 employees to help her with that business.
Yeah. I love how it just, your success stories cover all these different areas, because that's typically what a lot of our listeners point out. If it's not health, then it's wealth. If it's not wealth, then it's relationships. And I love how you're able to explain it, that usually it's just these stuck energies, and once they are removed, they show up in these dramatic ways, and typically they will not just take care of that particular issue, but other things that might have been blocked because of that energy blockage. We have tons of, first of all the people saying hello on Facebook. I love it. I'm seeing you guys, Asmina, Michelle Charanjit saying hello, Sophia, Pearl, Melissa, Amber, hi, Purna, all of you guys, Teresa, Sharon, Amber, Bobby, Karen, all of you guys, Allison, thank you for connecting, and thank you for being here with us. And then, of course, all of the people that are on Zoom, thank you for connecting as well.
Yeah.
There's Doris, there's Miriam, Kavella, Sari, Jan, Paula, all of you guys, thank you for connecting as well. So tons of questions. It seems 2 people actually are asking about weight loss issues. And I know that what you have said is it's different for different people, right? It's not going to be the same thing for both people with the same issue.
Right.
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 Okay. Yeah. So
I didn't put anything in my MP3s about weight loss because typically weight loss takes a conversation. There's some things that can happen with meditations, but weight loss, usually when there's a weight problem, it is a really deep issue that needs to work. If it's a serious. Now, if we're talking about 10, 20 pounds, that's not that big of a deal. Okay. But somebody who is 50 or even 100 pounds, that's a deeper emotional thing that needs to be worked through.
Okay. And so this question is from Paula. She was asking, I would like to know what is keeping me overweight, and I have a problem with my eyes and the thyroid.
And this is Paula.
Yeah.
Is Paula on Zoom or Facebook? Can you ask Paula?
So do you need to actually be talking to them?
I can check in, and because the first thing I got for Paula was that this is for protection.
Okay.
So this in some way has made her, even though it's become a burden now, in some point in her life, this made her life easier for her.
Yeah. All right. So if we can Gretchen, can we find Paula and unmute?
Yep, I see her. So Paula, I'm going to bring you over. Just know your video may be on, so you can turn that off by scrolling over the left, or if you don't mind being on video, you can do that too.
Yeah, it's at the left bottom. I know a lot of people are not prepared to be on video, so we want to honor that. So it's on the bottom left, and as soon as you come on, you can turn your video off.
Are there any other questions while we're waiting for her?
Yeah, there are other questions, but I'm thinking it might be best if you actually were talking to people live.
Okay.
You can do the back and forth. Yeah. Oh, we have someone AM. I don't know what the initial stand for. She's saying, Julie worked on me on Monday call and it has sustained. I'm so grateful. Well, that is awesome, my dear. Can you give me your first name? Because I just see AM. All right. Beautiful. So,
okay, so Paula left. She must not have wanted to be on video. Okay. If you want to talk to people, the best way to do that, I think, is we have hands raised. We have seven or so hands raised. If you guys are comfortable being on video and you want to talk to Julie.
I see Paula there.
Where do you see her?
I see her up at the top of the Zoom screen. Paula, can you hear us?
Oh, there she is. I see her.
Yeah, it seems like there's some audio going on in the back. Paula, are you there?
There she is.
Hello, Paula. Okay, well, let's move on. If we have people with their hands raised that are ready to go, let's give them a chance. And yeah.
Okay. So, Paula, if you want to come back and you get your audio worked out, go ahead and raise your hand. Iram, if you click on you can see the hands. Can you see the little hands where it says panelists and attendees click on participants. See where it says participants on the bottom when you scroll over where you mute and then you see the hands raised?
Iram, can you see because I can't see that for some reason, can you see if there's anybody here whose first name starts with an M?
M?
Lots of people with their hand, yeah. So let's just go ahead and work with Miriam. So we are about to go about to, so what do I do, Gretchen? Just click on Miriam? Is that what I do, Gretchen?
Yeah, try it.
All right. Miriam?
And you said Miriam?
Gretchen, what do I do? Are you there, Gretchen?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Promote her to panelist. I did it. She's coming.
Okay. I can't do this without you, Gretchen. So, yeah, we have a lot of people with their hands raised.
Okay, Miriam, can you talk? Let's see if we can hear you.
Yes, I'm here.
Hello, Miriam. How are you?
I am good. Thank you. How are you? Thank you for picking me up.
Yes, wonderful. You're welcome. All right, honey, what's your problem? What's going on?
Okay, actually, I need to just talk to her for a moment because I felt like I needed to talk to someone with the name M.
Yes, that's me.
Okay. So I don't know who else on the list is M, but Miriam, are you having a lot of depression and you think you have attachments?
I actually raised my hand and I wrote the question because basically I am so tired of feeling lack of energy, depressed, feeling like a heavy weight in my heart. And then I believe it's all of feeling betrayed, all
So, okay.
trauma, and also I believe entities. So all of these that you mentioned, I was identifying myself, and also I'm so ready to change.
Okay, can I get real personal with you? Are you good with that? Okay.
Yes.
It's okay that I go ahead and check in energetically with you?
Absolutely.
So we can switch this. Okay. So I get that there was something pretty serious that happened to you when you were a child.
Yes. Yes, I was
sexually abused?
Sexually abused.
Okay. Give me just a moment.
Thank you, Miriam, for your courage, by the way.
Yes, I appreciate that. That's why I wanted to make sure I could get personal with you because this was immediately what I picked up. I'm already sending you some energy so that we can go through this real easy and it'll be the quickest way for you, okay? Because I do feel like you're ready to let this go.
I'm so ready.
Pardon me?
I'm so ready.
Yeah. So once we get off this call, Miriam, you really need to do some things that's going to raise your vibrations. And some of the quickest ways to do that is listen to, and this is for anybody, okay? And I put out the energy for anyone who was sexually abused as a child. So if that was you, and I'm sorry I get emotional about this, but this is when I start feeling the energy, the pain of people who have been hurt like that, it overwhelms me. So it's out there for anyone right now is going to anybody who's listening, whether it's replay on Zoom, on the phone. I don't care how you're listening to this. If this energy is happening for you. So the healing that's taking place for Miriam right now is taking place for you. So just accept it. And then you got to get your vibrations up because you're going to have to change your mindset. That's the next part. When the first part of getting a healing is wanting that change in your life. The next part is doing your part, because I can shift this energy and I can do all kinds of things for you. But if you don't do your part, then it doesn't stay. And that part is to begin with, get your vibrations up. Now, Miriam, what I'm working on for you right now, and anybody else right now, I'm just doing balancing chakras. I'm clearing out your auric field and healing all of that up. And you should be feeling a little bit lighter already because that divine crystal light from heaven is flowing through your body, Miriam. That's what I'm seeing right now. So, and like I said, it's for everyone. So yeah. Get your vibrations up. You need to do some things that are deeper, but just surfacey kind of quick, raise your vibration. dancing and singing, telling jokes, forced laughing. I used to do that when I taught preschool, and my preschool kids would be crazy. And I'd just start laughing, and eventually the entire room would be laughing, and we would be laughing sincerely within a minute. And it sounds crazy, but it raises your vibration so quickly. Then, Miriam, you need to get grounded. Anybody, I'm saying Miriam, but anybody that I'm working on right now, get yourself grounded. So go get your feet in the dirt, sit under a tree, anything like that. That's going to help you move this energy on through and raise your vibrations as well. And then you need to start participating more in life, because I feel like you, besides just depression and you feeling betrayed, I feel like you're ashamed of what happened to you. And there is no shame. You did absolutely nothing wrong. So there's no shame, no guilt. You let that all go. Are you ready to let that go, Miriam?
Yes.
Okay. When I get quiet, I don't know, sometimes I get really quiet when I'm working, so I'm going to get quiet for just a moment. Take a deep breath for me, Miriam. Deep breath, hold it. Take 7 counts in, hold it for 7, and then exhale. And just really empty your lungs. Get it all out of you. Is it okay if I release soul contracts and ties with your father?
Yes.
Grandfather, okay?
Yes.
Gonna just leave you with only the healthy ties for you right now, okay, Miriam?
Yes.
And anybody else, remember, if you're listening in, just accept this. This is all for you too. Tell me how you're feeling, Miriam.
I just feel this pressure in my heart. Is that like related to this, or is something else?
No, did it just start since I've been doing this energy work on you?
It just for a moment felt lighter and then came back.
Okay, I'm going to focus on your heart for just a minute. You ready to release that? Take another deep breath.
Yes.
Okay, so are you also ready to release all the things that's happened to you since then in other relationships?
Yes.
I'm talking about romantic relationships, all of that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, how's your heart feeling?
A little bit lighter.
Okay.
And I think this is also part of the anger of betrayals of everybody.
Yep. I've already worked on anger. We've worked on it all. Depression, betrayal, anger, guilt, shame. All of this is what we've just worked on for you. Okay. So go ahead and get your vibrations up and accept this healing completely, because if you accept it completely and you can get your vibrations up, this will all go away from you. All right. That's the key, is that you have to do your part now, because I've started that shift in energy for you. So this is going to shift your life path. You just have to cement it in with doing your part. All right. Does that make sense, Miriam?
I will do anything,
Okay.
everything.
Okay. Perfect. thank you for being
you.
vulnerable and allowing a lot of people to heal through you today. I appreciate that.
No, thank you. I'm deeply grateful. Thank you very much to you and to them.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Miriam. It's Gretchen. Irma had to step out; she had to leave, so I'm taking over. But thank you for representing so many and for being so courageous. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
well, that was just a massive shift for a whole lot of people, I feel like. And I hope I'm not yelling at you, but I feel like I'm yelling at how my whole setup is here. So I apologize if I'm really loud, but
no, that was, I feel like everybody needs a big exhale.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I was saying, why don't we just do that, everybody? I don't know how many people are even on this call, but if everybody just take 7 counts. So take a deep breath in, count for 7, hold it for 7, and then exhale it, like completely empty your lungs. That's the best way to move energy quickly.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a bunch of hands raised. Would you like to talk to somebody else, or do you want somebody's right in? You tell me, Julie, what works best for you.
Do you see any? Because I can't see any.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't see any of the hands raised or anything like that. So do you see any questions that look like they could cover a lot of people? Do you see anything like that? Like we just did that? I feel like, who knows, 20, 25 people just got a massive shift over sexual abuse with that last call.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe even more than that. So.
Yeah. So I see a couple posts here about pain.
Okay.
So people are writing about, there's a couple about pain. And there is, we talked about the weight, but there's emotional eating. That's up there a couple times.
Emotional eating, I feel like, because Paula was mentioned. Paula's the one who mentioned overweight.
Yeah. Oh, and she does have her hand up. Do you want to try to talk to her again?
Yeah, we can do that. If there's more people, she's not one of the people who posted about weight, is she?
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
She was the first one. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. If there's an issue, that could probably be something that helps several people.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get you on this time, Paula.
Hi.
All right. Paula, can we hear you?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hi, Paula.
Hi.
Okay. And yours is about weight. Do you mind to tell me how much overweight you are?
I'm 50 pounds
Okay.
overweight.
Okay. So what I picked up for you was this was about protection. I don't know if you heard me earlier.
Yes,
but
I was kicked out when you said it was for protection.
Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to kick you out. We'll let you sit at our table. So protection, and that the other thing was that this was, it made your life easier in some way. And I don't know what that way is. I don't make stuff up. So if I don't have anything for you, I just don't have anything and I tell you so. But what I picked up for you was putting on weight, even though it's a problem for you now, in the beginning, this was happening because it made your life easier. Does that make sense to you in any way? The protection and making your life easier?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, are you ready to let that go now?
Yes, I am. I'm really am.
So tell me, Do you know what you're angry about? You don't even have to tell me, just yes or no. Do you?
If I
Angry.
I don't really know why, but I know I'm angry.
Okay. All right. You know it's there. So are you ready to release that anger too?
Yes.
Okay. So anyone who's working on anger issues right now, they know that they're angry, or even if here is one thing that when it comes to healing, when you find someone that you want to work with, just be open to what they have to say. When you come across a healer, healers are intuitive. If you've got a real healer, they're intuitive. So if they tell you something and you're like, well, I don't really feel that, it's okay. Just be open to it being a possibility. Okay. And this isn't just for you, Paula. We're teaching everybody at this time through you. Okay, Paula?
Okay.
So be open. I'm saying this to everyone. Be open to what they say. Just like, oh, okay, well, it's a possibility that I have anger issues. And then that openness allows that energy to shift. Okay. If you stay in resistance, then that's when things get shut down and change doesn't happen. So, Paula, I need you to take a deep breath for me, and I'm going to send some energy to you right now. I feel this anger is deep-seated, like in your root and sacral chakra. So I feel like it goes back to parents, and I want to say, I don't know, I was going to say like a sibling, but I almost feel like a male cousin for some reason. I don't know what that means. And you don't have to explain anything. If it makes sense, you can say, yep, that makes sense. But we're going to release anger right now and move you past this. Paula, I'm getting a message for you that you've got to love yourself more. Okay?
Yes.
It's very important. So here's the thing is it doesn't make you a bad, and I'm saying bad in air quotes, it doesn't make you a bad person to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you don't have anything of value to give to anyone else. Okay? So remember that.
Okay.
You don't have to be the person who says yes all the time. Learn to say no and set your boundaries. Okay? Don't let people talk you. If you decide you don't want to do something, something's not for you, and you say no, don't let them change your mind.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So be sure that you start working on that very quickly, because that's going to help release the weight issues. It's tied to your anger and the fact that you don't take care of yourself. You put everyone ahead of Paula.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, and that's not right. You've got to take care of yourself. And you know what? It's okay to look in the mirror and go, oh, boy, I love you, Paula. You're just amazing. When we're kids, we're taught not to do things like that because it makes us sound like we're conceited. But God wants us to love ourselves. He tells us that. So it's silly to think that we can't and that everybody else is more important. No, we're just as important. We are just as important. So if you have to make yourself a note on the mirror for that, Paula, do it. But that's a good start, okay? Because that's going to help you. That's going to help you release more anger, and it's going to help you get rid of this weight. Start loving yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much. It really meant a lot to me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice. And I think that was really meant for a lot of people, Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I see a question here. Someone's asking, Helen is asking that she's considering buying your package C, but she has to ask you, she has a bone problem. So she wants to ask you about that. So she says, Some of my bones are deformed and do not fit properly together, and this causes me pain when I walk. Secondly, there's a significant asymmetry with some of my bones, and I'm very unhappy with how this makes me look. My right side of my breastbone is bigger and sticks out about an inch forward when compared to the left side of my breastbone, and I have scoliosis. Can Julie help me reshape, resize, reposition my bones so they function well and are beautiful?
Aw. Well, I think that she's probably already a very beautiful person. So what Julie can help with is shifting the mindset that you aren't beautiful. I can't guarantee that I can change bones and things like that, because I can't guarantee anything like that. But I am certainly more than happy to work with you. And if it's not physically shifting your bones, it'll be something that changes.
Yeah. Perfect.
What was her name again?
Oh,
Helen?
It was Helen, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will certainly try to do that. I'll say that, okay? I've never done that before, but I would certainly try to do that.
Yes.
I just can't promise it.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But her perspective can certainly change. That's the thing that I was trying to get out, because that's energy. So perspectives can change.
Yes. For sure. And then that can change your life.
Yes, exactly. So she could go from, well, I don't like the way I look right now, to, well, this is fine. I'm not in any pain. You know what? It doesn't matter if somebody else looks at me and thinks that I look odd. I think I'm beautiful. And that's what really matters.
Mm-hmm.
When we can shift away from what everyone else thinks of us or how we should be.
Yeah, that's huge. All right. Well, we have a bunch of hands still raised. So anybody, anything calling out at you, Julie, that you want me to try to find them?
No, I think that was huge for Miriam, because I knew that I needed to talk to somebody with the name whose name started with an M, and that's what it covered. So but I don't have anything else. Or you don't have anything jumping out? We can just go with hands if you're not seeing anything else jump out.
Okay, I'm going to go with April, because she has her hand raised and she wrote it in. So I'm going to promote you to panelist, April. You'll be joining, so you can turn your video on or just have audio, whatever you prefer. All right.
Hi.
Can you hear us, April?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can.
April, I can hear you just good too.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Okay. I've had chronic fatigue for over 35 years, and I have some undiagnosed autoimmune stuff. I'm an extremely sensitive empath and rarely get out of the house. And when I do, I just get everybody's energy just stuck to me. I also get a bunch of entity stuff going on. Can you help me, Julie?
Yeah, it would take more than just the time that we have right here. But listen, first of all, April, did you get the free gift?
I did, and been using it so much. I love it.
Okay. I was going to say, so how's it work for you?
Because great. It's just not, the only problem is it's just not sticking. But you know, I start feeling the entities coming in, and I've been running to it.
Okay, so here's the thing with that is that, well, did you put it around your house too and your property?
Yes, and problem is I moved into a condo. It's 3 stories, and there's a lot of addiction here, a lot of drinking and drugs, and I don't participate in that stuff myself, but that energy is just dense around here. And there's a little tiki bar right across the street as well. So, you know, I'm dealing with that as well, trying to neutralize that energy that's here in this development. So I've actually been going 300 feet above and 300 feet below and 300 feet around, and I don't know. And
I'd go ahead and expand. You know what? Here's what I'm getting. This is what I see in my mind. When you're walking through your apartment place, when you're outside of your apartment,
yes,
I see that energy field as really kind of close knit to you. Okay.
Yes.
And then when you're out away from your apartment, you can expand that further out.
Okay.
And that force field, if you don't know, if you haven't listened to Monday's call, there was I don't know, is that out anywhere, Gretchen?
I did. I was actually on the live call on Monday.
Oh, okay. So, well, perfect. I don't know.
I have my hand raised.
So if whoever else is listening and you don't know what we're talking about, it was the free gift that was given out on Monday's call, and it's called the Force Field Meditation, and it helps protect you in a lot of ways, but allows you to still let your light shine. So April, what I get, the energy I get from you is really good. Even though you say I have attachments and I take on everybody, what I'm feeling from you right now is really good. So
thank you. When I can actually be in touch with my own core energy, it feels beautiful, loving, and peaceful. The problem is I just get so stuck up in everybody else's stuff that I have a hard time, like while talking to you right now, I can feel that peace, love, and joy that's me. But away from this call, I just get so stuck in everybody else's is gunk.
Yeah. Well, and see, this call is infused with peace, love, and joy, because that's what I'm all about is really those three things. Mm-hmm. So being able to get a handle on that, and you should be feeling a little bit different now, because I didn't say I'm already starting things on you, but your auric field needs to be healed.
Okay.
That's going to eliminate attachments. And so that's what I started on. And I'm also I also started the process of balancing out your chakras. So that's going to help you. So the big step in keeping attachments away from you, and this is this is a really big part of my work because I do a lot of space clearings, people clearings, land clearings, and I do it fearlessly. And it's taken me a long time to go, I can toot my own horn about that, because it doesn't scare me. There's not a thing. I could write a movie about the things that I've seen, and people would go, this is crazy. I couldn't have lived this life, but it doesn't bother me. And you'll get to that point of those things won't be able to touch you. Okay.
Okay.
You have to get your vibrations raised, because what I just performed on you was 2 of the MP3s in my package A. Okay. Balancing chakras and healing your auric field. When you have holes or tears in your aura, that's how you get attachments. And it could be entity attachments, or it could be disharmonious spirits, but they need energy from somewhere. First of all, entities don't live on this planet. This isn't their home. So they've got to get the energy from somewhere else. Disharmonious spirits, they've hung around for some reason. They're the ones who are stuck and they're not happy. Yes. And of course, they have to have that energy too. So they'll try to suck you dry, April. I know. Yeah, you felt it, right?
Well, I do, and I know I keep trying to tear up this darn contract that I've made of helping these entities pass into the light. It's just, if there's a whole bunch of people die somewhere, it just, whenever there's a mass catastrophe, it just hits me so hard. It just, I don't know.
Yeah. So instead of saying that you're trying to tear that up, why don't we do that right now?
Okay. So thank you.
Done. I don't have to take on the energy of everyone else.
I don't have to take on the energy of everyone else.
Or every spirit that comes around. I release all of those contracts, promises, and commitments right now.
I release all of those contracts, promises, and commitments right now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, God.
I just felt like a huge weight was lifted off of you. Like not off your shoulders, but off your chest.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt it.
Okay. All right. So the rest of your chronic fatigue, do you have fibromyalgia too?
I do. And, and I'm on the highest end on both, 8 to 10 pain every day and 8 to 10 fatigue, the fatigue 8 to 10. I hardly ever get out of the house. And when I do, it's just,
okay, that's changing today. I'm going to interrupt you. So that changes today. right now in this moment. Are you ready to release all of that? That can be your old story. That was April at 4:30 today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sick of that story.
Okay. It's not April at 5 o'clock today, or for what time is it? 4:56. It's not April at 4:56 today. All right. That's an old story. We're shifting that right now because your auric field is cleared up.
Okay.
It's all healed up. So there's no holes, no tears, not even a soft spot for anything to attach to. Plus you've got your force field meditation around you, or your force field around you, which shields all of that now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And your chakras are being aligned too. So I hope that a whole lot of things shifted on the call, because when I started that work on you, April, I did it for everybody on the call. So
thank you, Julie. And do you think that the package A, do you think that would be that would be enough for me?
I hate to say no, but no.
Okay.
No, but package B might be, because okay, I'm getting a yes for package B. Package B, let's see. You pretty much just had a session with me. So here's the thing with package B. Package B includes my Power of Gratitude program, which is a Facebook group too. And I know that there's already been several people who have purchased that package and will be in that group. And it is a secret group. Nobody's allowed to tell anybody what happens in there whatsoever, or they'll get kicked out. So it's going to be a really tight knit. And we really, if you put into it, whoever puts into that, I've gotten some of the best results, but it's always the people who put the most in.
Okay.
Just the way it works, I think, with anything in life, really. But the ones that I've gotten such amazing results of people's lives completely changed. A marriage was even saved by this girl going through. So phenomenal things can happen, but you have to really work through that. That gets you all of A, and then it also gets you, and that gets you isn't that right, Gretchen? I don't have any of that up. Is there healing? That's my healing package for 5 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, you had a group thing in there, didn't you? Because I remember seeing this on Monday. There was a group thing involved as well, right?
Yeah, it's a group, distant group healing, and there's 5 weeks of it, and we go through anger and childhood trauma, and so there's a different thing for each week. It's not a group call or anything. I just do the process.
Okay.
You know, if I don't know. I'm almost feeling called to do a group process with anybody who has package B and goes to package B or C and goes through that. Maybe we can all get together like week 3 or so and do a group call. It's not in there, so I'm not going to promise that, but I'm feeling led that way. So I would say that would probably be a good thing for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Love to both you and Gretchen, and also Iram for this amazing thing that she does almost every day of the week. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you, April.
Thanks for joining us, April. How are you feeling now?
Actually, I feel blessed. Thank you.
That's perfect.
Yes. Thanks for joining.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay. So we have lots of questions on Facebook, lots of blocks, lots of people talking about low energy, emotional blocks, some thank yous on the sexual abuse healing. So that's fantastic.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. And
low energy.
So is there,
what were you going to say, Gretchen? Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. So like relationships. So there's a lot of gamut. Like I know you talked about doing the group process again that you did on the call, the replay call. Is that something you want to do, or? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Well, you know what? Let me see. I'm thinking maybe I could do something different. Give me just a second and I can bring something up here. Because anybody who's listened to that call or was on the replay, they've already done it. Would it be okay to do something different?
Yeah, if you want to do something, some kind of mini group process, because there's such a variety of there's a lot of commonality and also variety. So I just feel we have a lot of people here that could benefit from your.
I'm thinking kind of along the lines of my Release It. I know that that's one of my MP3s, but you know, you and I were talking before this, and I said I just want to help as many people as I can, and that might be the thing that can really, because then everyone can release what they need. How long do I have?
How long? Like I would say, if you could, like a 5 to 10 minute process, would be good.
That's what I was thinking. Was probably about 5 minutes. I think we were supposed to be done at 5, weren't we? I'm okay to keep going.
We'll go. We started a little bit late because of our technology problem.
Okay. Right. So we'll do this. This is what the process I'm going to walk everyone through is going to be very much like the Release It. I think it's number 6 in my audio series. Okay.
So just so everybody knows, what Julie's taking you through right now is something that's very similar to the work that you would be getting with her in her package A. Well, all the packages would have something similar to this. Is that right, Julie?
Yeah, because when you get B or C, you get all of A as well.
Okay, so, cool.
Yeah. So I need everyone to quiet whatever's around them. I feel like there's a lot of noise and stuff. So if you can get in a quiet space, if you need to leave the room, whatever you need to do, go ahead and get comfortable. Close your eyes. And my deep breathing, I like for everyone to take 7. When they breathe in, they count to 7. They hold it for 7 counts and then exhale for 7 counts. And try to empty your lungs completely on that 7 count exhale. So start breathing like that for me. And I'm going to start some energy work. And I want you to relax your body as you breathe. To set a little bit deeper in your seat with each breath. Let your arms kind of lay loose in your lap or to your side, whatever you need to do. Release your neck and your shoulders. And all the way down your spine. Creator of all that is divine, we ask that you move in us, with us, and around us in this healing process. We request your eternal loving essence flow through our body, through our mind, through our heart, and through our soul, cleansing us and healing us from the inside out. We ask that you surround us with angels who can guide us, protect us, and encourage us, not only through this process, but always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a deep breath. So in this, I'm going to make this shorter than what the MP3 is, but just keep breathing deep and relaxing. What we're going to do is release the one big thing right now that's bugging you the most at this moment. It could be anger. If you have any inkling, even though I did the healing on sexual abuse, if there's any part of that you're trying to hang on to as your old story, it could be that. So anything that you have, unworthiness, betrayal, abandonment, whatever that thing is that you're ready to let go of right now, choose it right now. If a person comes to your mind, that's okay. I want you to think about this thing for just a moment and see how it feels in your body and measure it on a scale of 1 to 10. We want something that's as big as possible. So if you can find something that's 7, 8, or above, but 10 is the most painful or uncomfortable for you, or where you hold the most emotion over this thing. So on that scale, I want you to get the number for it. So the reason that I have you work on one, take a deep breath for me, please. The reason I have you release one big thing is because oftentimes when we start with the big things, we find out that the smaller things fall away on their own. Take a deep breath. Just send some crystal light into your body right now. And let's take a look back at the thing you've chosen. Feel where that is in your body. Even if that thing you've chosen happens to be a person, you'll still feel that energy somewhere in your body. It could be anywhere. So if you're not feeling it, just ask, where is this in my body? Please show me. Go with your first thought, your first vision. You can see it in your heart, your mind, your right knee. It could be in your left ear, wherever it is. First thought, first vision. Take a deep breath. Now imagine that you're pulling that thing out of your body, that thought, that feeling, whatever that is that you've chosen. Visualize yourself using your hands and pulling it out of your body right now. And I want you to hold it in your hands and look at it. See everything there is to see about it. What color is it? Does it have a shape or a texture? So is it rough, smooth, squishy? Is it soft like a pillow? Does it feel heavy like a rock? Turn it around in your hands, examine it, look it over good. Notice everything about it. Take a deep breath. Now that you have this in your hands, I want you to send all your love to it right now. And this might be kind of hard for some people because you've just pulled out of you something that has held you back for a long time. But I want you to think about all the lessons that this thing has taught you. Everything that we bring into our life can be turned into a lesson. So look at this thing as if you're looking at yourself as a child. You're feeling nothing but compassion and love for this thing in your hands. It's done a lot for you, and you're grateful for all the lessons it's taught you. You're grateful for the growth you've made and the movement along your path. Tell it everything that you have to say, but do it in love. You're grateful for everything it's shown you, saved you from, taught you, expanded within you, everything. Take a deep breath. Now say either aloud or in your mind, I see you. I recognize you. You've done a lot of things for me. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you for your gifts. I love you. I forgive you. I forgive myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a deep breath. And start noticing how this thing has changed. What color is it now? Shape, size, texture, all of that. Start noticing the change in this because you're sending it nothing but love now. So now say, I'm ready to release you with love for all that you've done. I love you so much. I'm so sorry. I forgive you. I forgive myself. And as I set myself free, I also let you go in love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I want you to hold this thing high in the air like you're offering it to the universe. Gently toss it like you're tossing a bird to release a bird. And say, I keep the lessons, but I let you go in love and gratitude for the part you've played in my life. And so it is. Okay. Now I want you to go back. Take a deep breath for me first. Then we're going to go back and check on your body where this thing used to be. And rate your feelings again on that 0 to 10 scale. Where are you now? Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And this next time, just release, like maybe even with sound. Just let it all out. And then you can go ahead and open your eyes and come back to us. And you can write in and let Gretchen know What's happened? What's changed for you?
Wow, that was that was an awesome process, Julie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Are you okay?
So, yeah. How's everybody doing? Let us know how you're doing. I'm sure you're all just coming back. That was really, really good. So just before we end, Julie, first, thank you. And second, your package, I just want to make sure everybody has the link. I posted it here and I'll post it in the group. But the link is orderjoynow.com/Julie16. Again, it's orderjoynow.com/Julie16. And Julie, is there anything you want to say about the package? Who would most benefit from it? You know, I know you don't have it up in front of you, so I'm kind of just putting this in your hands and from your heart. But like, who would really benefit from working with you with it in your package?
The bottom line is anyone who's ready to make a change. When you're ready to make a change, I just spoke to a girl on the phone today who wasn't a client. She's a friend, and she had some serious things going on in her life. And I said, well, are you ready to change your story? Are you ready to let this go? And do you believe that you can be healed? And she said, no, I don't. And I said, okay, because there's not anything anybody can do. It has to be your choice. That's what I'm stressing so much, is it has to be your choice. If you're really ready to let go and you know that you can do that without resistance, you're going to benefit from this. I do think that there are, my package C, I know, has a session. It has a 25-minute session. And the reason I could offer 20, because my healing sessions are 50 minutes. The reason I can offer that 25-minute healing session is because you've gotten all of those audios that I would have worked with you on. I recorded all those MP3s that are like the things that I would have gone through with someone in a session. So we could have covered several of those in a session. So you're kind of priming yourself in a way with all those audios to have a 25-minute session with me. And then we can really push through and get a lot done in that 25 minutes. So anyone who has very significant trauma in their life, so childhood things, sexual abuse of any kind like that, anything, just like your world is falling apart, you need to talk to me more than just by package A. Or at least get in, like I said, the B has 5 weeks of healing, and we cover a lot of areas, and it does get you in the gratitude program. So those are better. If you just have a few things, you're like, oh, I've just got a few things I need to tweak, those audios are going to be awesome, because that process that I just did is very similar to what I do in that Release It. So
perfect. Okay. No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping to hear, was more clarity on the differences between who A is appropriate for, who B, and who C. So I think that you really explained that well. And again, the gratitude program is available for anybody who buys package B and C. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's 21 days. It's a 21-day program in a private Facebook group. The activities and things will come out by email, but we'll be posting and interacting in the Facebook group on a daily basis.
Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. So again, I'm going to give you guys.
You lost your sound.
Oh, yeah, because I muted myself. I'm going to give you the link one more time. It's orderjoynow.com/Julie16. And I'll post it in the Facebook group as well. Julie's replay from her call with Iram's running all weekend. If you didn't get a chance to listen to it, I highly recommend it. And her free gift link will be announced in that call, so you can listen to that replay and grab that too. Julie, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up? People are loving the process. I'm getting lots of thank yous and absolutely amazing. So thank you for that too.
Good, great. And I appreciate everyone being here and going through this. Healing any part of us heals generations forward and backwards and the entire planet. So this is huge when we have this many people step up to heal. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Julie, so much. And we'll be sending out the recording so you guys can listen to this again and experience her, that powerful process that she did. So thank you, Julie. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Bye-bye.
See ya.